everybody. Welcome back to the Cowboys Fan Show. Zach and I, alongside Tyler Ortega, and we're proud to welcome our third fan of the week. Well, fourth, technically, third week. Scott Jeter. Jeter. You know, I brought a Yankees hat because I thought you were a big Yankees fan. The last name like that, how can you not be? But turns out you're not.
I never even met the guy.
Oh.
Yeah, never even met him.
Well, you're a Cowboys fan. How long have you been a Cowboys fan, Scott?
Well, I was born in Texas. It makes it kind of easy.
All right.
They tell you to get good grades so you can grow up and play for the Cowboys. Nobody wants to be a doctor, man.
Well, what's your favorite Cowboy memory?
My favorite Cowboy memory?
Yeah.
First game I ever went to, I was 12 years old, man. It was Aikman handing off to Emmett, throwing passes to Michael Irvin. Played against the Eagles. Randall Cunningham on the other side. 20-10, 1992.
Very nice. Very nice. Going old school. Well, speaking of the Philadelphia Eagles, they are in that NFC East with the Dallas Cowboys. And let's take a look at those standings right now. They'll go up on the screen here in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the Cowboys are still in first place, 2-1. In last place, those Philadelphia Eagles, 1-2. New York Giants, 1-2 as well. They're in second place. And that team from Washington, 1-2, sitting in third place. Philly and New York, both with wins this week. Washington and the Cowboys both with losses. Still a very tight race there in the NFC East. Scott, who do you think is going to walk away with the NFC East crown?
That's hard to say. To be completely honest with you, before last week's game, I would have said Dallas hands down. I don't think Philly's got much of a shot. I don't have a lot of faith in their offensive line and their ability to run the ball. I mean, clearly, DeMarco Murray, 21 carries for 11 yards.
Yeah.
Already out with a hammy. Good job, Jerry Jones, pulling the trigger on that one.
Or not pulling the trigger.
Not pulling the trigger on that one. Yeah, you did the right thing, buddy. Washington, I'm not too worried about at all. New York, actually, they've got a shot, man.
They do.
Victor Cruz is coming back. If JPP gets healthy and rolls back in, they've got nothing but room to improve, man. So I think it's really all up to us, though. It's ours to win or lose, straight up.
I mean, would you agree with that, Tyler? They're in the NFC East?
Absolutely. Like Scott said, prior to this week, I would have taken the Cowboys, 9 out of 10 times. But after seeing that display, there's just no way I can give them the confidence, to choose them. I'm like he said, I'm not worried about Washington. Philadelphia's looked like a dumpster fire the first 3 weeks.
My parents watch this show. They're Philly fans, just so we're all
True.
clear.
It's true. That.
We're just being real here. And the New York Giants, as you said, Victor Cruz coming back. They still have Odell Beckham Jr. They have Rashad Jennings. They have Reuben Randall. And they have this guy. He has 2 Super Bowl rings under center, Eli Manning. So I like the Giants as of right now.
Well, the Giants, when they won both of those Super Bowls, they won a huge run at the end of the season. So, I mean, that's trademark New York Giants. Play from behind, get to the Super Bowl. And, we look ahead now. How long can this Dallas team survive without Tony Romo? I mean, I'm a huge fan of Brandon Weeden. Huge fan of Brandon Weeden ever since he was at Oklahoma State, even when he was drafted by the Yankees. Jeter.
Absolutely.
But how long do you think we could survive without Romo?
That's hard to say. And you brought up a great point about New York. They get hot late. Hopefully, when they start getting hot, we do have Romo back. We've got Dez back. We've got a whole lot of help coming off of the defensive end in the next couple of weeks. We could get a lot hotter, a lot faster. And hopefully take it without Romo. Hard to say. I mean, game changers are coming back. Yeah. Randy Gregory's coming back. Greg Hardy's coming back. Rolando McClain's coming back. Our defense is going to get a whole lot better. I mean, we just got tired last week. That's exactly what happened. We couldn't sustain drives. Those guys, I mean, they played their hearts out.
We talk about surviving without Romo, and we say Weeden. I say Weeden is the answer. But, I mean, Matt Castle, do you think he'll get any action in these last 6 games before Romo comes back?
I really don't. Unless Weeden just goes out and totally throws up all over himself. I think that's the only way we'll see Matt Castle in there. We've already had the coaches come out and say that Weeden is our guy. Matt Castle's just there, simply for a third-string quarterback or a backup in this case. I don't think Matt Castle's going to get any quality playing time. He might get in some garbage time, but quality playing time, no, not at all.
Well, we're relying on second-string quarterback right now, Matt Castle now, and they're the new second-string quarterback. But now we're looking ahead to that running back situation because they are carrying this team right now. Randall with 3 touchdowns last week, McFadden with 1. I mean, what are you seeing out of this running game for the Dallas Cowboys?
Honestly, they can get it done. They can't get it done with 9 guys in the box. So, can they survive without Romo? Not if Weeden's too afraid to go over the top, and not if the coaches won't let him. So, Randall proved he can get it done. I mean, we don't have issues at running back. I mean, look at the holes he's going through. Like in the first highlight of the show, you show him breaking 5 tackles. Those are arm tackles because we have a fantastic offensive line. It's the job of the running back to break arm tackles and get to the second level and be gone. And last year, DeMarco Murray gets a hole like that. He gets chased down from behind, somebody punches the ball out, and we lose a chance to go to the championship game. So we don't have a running back issue in Dallas. We're improved at the running back spot. We just have to be able to spread the field. Let those guys do their job, as what happened in the first quarter.
You know, you're right. I mean, Dallas should have made it to that NFC Championship game if Dez would have just caught the ball.
Or if DeMarco wouldn't have fumbled.
And what about you, Tyler? What do you think of the situation for the Dallas Cowboys at running back?
You know, it's as Scott said, we're not in peril, but I think it can get better. Joseph Randall has done, you know, a solid job for the first 3 weeks running the ball behind that offensive line. Darren McFadden just showed flashes of brilliance, and Lance Dunbar, why isn't he getting more touches?
Oh, man.
That is one thing
Yeah.
I do not understand.
I'm with
Lance
you.
Dunbar, when you can get him in the open field matched up against a safety or a linebacker, you have to capitalize on those mismatches.
Oh, yeah, he's faking guys out of their shoes as long as it's one guy.
Right.
I mean, 10 receptions for 100 yards last week. Catches the ball short. He makes something of it. He moves the sticks. But same issue. I mean, he's catching the ball 4 yards out. You got 2 guys in the box. Next thing, he's trying to fake out 3 guys. It's impossible.
And do we stick with the running back by committee? I mean, do we stick with all 3 of these guys running the ball, or do we find someone to take over and be the game changer like Murray was last year?
No, I think you have to stick with this running back by committee. You know, it's not working perfectly by any means, but if it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Agreed.
Which is what happened in the second half of that Atlanta game.
Right.
We ran the ball, what, 5 times?
5 times, -4 yards in the second half of that Atlanta game. First half, the Cowboys had 130 yards on the ground, you know, on 16 carries. So you just have to commit to the run, and you just have to keep feeding them. Those interior linemen will get tired as the game wears on, as we saw our Cowboys linemen do.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're short on depth at every spot on that
Right.
D-line. You know, I mean, we were missing both guys on the right side. Mency's out with a concussion. Gregory's got a high ankle sprain. McLean was out at the defensive tackle position. We didn't have any depth. By the end of the game, those guys are scraping themselves off the field. They're getting up. They're trying to stop people. It's just not going to happen. They pounded the ball on us the way that we should have been able to do it on them. But they've got an elite receiver and a franchise quarterback.
They have a trifecta.
We don't. So it's a lot easier for those guys to spread the field than it was for us.
You know, really, it was flashbacks of Aikman, Smith, and Irving with with Julio Jones and Matt Ryan and Freeman in that game last week. I mean, they were just so dangerous. A 3-headed monster, really. Triplets 2.0 out there in Atlanta.
I wouldn't go that
Let's
far.
not go that far yet. But
Let
I'm
us
just
get 3 rings, and then we can get to
the
that.
Hall of Fame.
I can't say anything on the show anymore after I said Whedon was the second coming of Tom Brady. Apparently, everything's skeptical on this show.
Well, yeah, this is the Dallas Cowboys fan show. So when you start saying stuff like that about the team that just stomped us out, yeah, we're going to get a little defensive, man.
Well, we looked back at the Atlanta Falcons. We'll be right back to look ahead. And next week, against the New Orleans Saints, who are 0-3, you're watching the Cowboys fan show. Don't go anywhere.